Hi, and welcome to L&A Does Audio Stuff. Hey, a couple weeks ago, I published a video which was all about auto filter. Because you can do so much with it, I decided to make a tutorial where I show 5 creative music production techniques using only auto filter. Okay, so I'm gonna use a song that is the most boring, the most non-interesting song at all, and I'm gonna convert it interesting using auto filter, and in the end I'm gonna master this track using instant mastering. So this video is sponsored by iMusician. iMusician is a music distribution company that also have a service called instant mastering. I've been very impressed on how fast, how cheap, and how good it is. So in the end of this video I show how to use it to this track that I'm doing today. So check out iMusician and instant mastering from the link down below. But hey, now let's get into this video, let's get into this tutorial and to this tutorial and to the 5 creative music production tips and tricks. Let's get into it now. Okay, so hey, here we go. So we have here in front of me the most interesting song in the world. How exciting! So what we're gonna do now with the auto filter, that we are creating structure. So as you can see here, I've added already intro, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. We're really like creating movement. We are creating a little bit of melody, but we're gonna make basically this song very interesting just by using auto filter. So the first one is just a very basic pulse and automated bass. So how we're gonna do that, it's just a low pass filter and frequency and LFO amount and a rate. So what we're gonna start first is creating the pulse. Very exciting. So I'm just gonna first add the LFO amount. So we're gonna add a bit more LFO. Then what I'm gonna find is the rate I wanna use. That sounds good. And then the wave shape I want to use for the LFO. I kind of like that. We're going for a very retro sound today. I want it to be filtered, and we're going to create a movement using the frequency. Like this. So we're going to create a movement that brings very defined kind of structure to this song. So the MS2 has a circuit for soft clipping, so I'm going to use that. Add a little bit of drive. And then we're going to automate it. So what I'm going to do is activate automation mode up there, and then we're going to create some structures. So I'm going to click the frequency. There we go, so that we can see on the channel auto filter frequency. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just create a lift first on the beginning. So it's just it builds up. We're adding tension in this. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the same here in the verse and same in the bridge. It's not complicated structure, but it already adds, when you listen to it a long time, it adds a lot of interesting movement. So we don't have that kind of constant pulsing, but we have something interesting happening there. We're going to continue from that to the tip number 2, which is adding more interest and more movement using the resonance. I'm actually going to also change the rhythm into 1/16, so we can get a little bit more pulsing, because I kind of like that. So what we're going to do now is go to the resonance, and I actually want to see the automation filters all the time. So I'm going to go here and show automation in new lane. So now I can just paste this on the structure that I already did. So then I'm going to go now and automate resonance. So what we can do is, especially for the choruses, I want resonance to really grow a lot. So what I'm going to do is add a growing resonance from around just before the chorus. Adjust the grid into quarter notes. Nope. Into half notes. Yes, I think that's better. Gonna take the pen tool and then I'm gonna just draw these steps here to the automation lane like that. And now it's automating the resonance with the... Okay. Sounds quite interesting. And what we can do also is move the frequency a little bit up from the other lane so that we get a little bit more movement. Okay, and now we're using the envelope. We're gonna customize that a little bit. So we can go up and down using the envelope. Let's use the face. Automate that a little bit there as well, so we can create a bit more interesting structure. Copy and paste these envelopes into the other. So it's basically copying all the automation that is happening, what we just did. And I'm copying them into these other sections here. Interesting pace. We're gonna create basically a little bit like a melody bit using auto filter. So I'm gonna go to this keyboard here. We're gonna use the clean filter for this, and then I'm gonna get a bandpass filter. So that we can create this melody bit, I'm gonna actually activate the quantize settings, and I'm gonna be staying 2. Oh, we already heard something there. That's the cycle we're going for, and now we're gonna find the rhythm for it. Kind of cool. And it will sound slightly different whatever frequency you're gonna go for. And now, using the envelope, we're gonna customize it a little bit. So I might use a quite short attack and fast, long release. Well, and we can try the different quantized settings. Ooh. How about with the different LFO shapes? Random. Is that I'm just gonna put that it only is in the chorus. So I'm just gonna remove everything else. And maybe actually in the bridge, I'm gonna make so that it grows. So we're gonna automate again so that it ends up around 1000 hertz again. So we're just automating the filter like this. So that the notch is moving. And what we could always do is add some automation for the face as well. Because why not? Lazy on the C part, the bridge. I will always call it C part. I might add it to the last section as well. A little bit offset in the end, like this, to get really interesting in the end. It's very bleep plop, bleep plop, bleep plop type of music, this one. Okay, so I also have here a sample, which is the same instrument without the auto filter. The sample goes like this. But what if we use the auto filter what we just created with it? It's really cool. Sounds so cool. And I added some compression as well. Okay, fourth point. So side chaining. Side chaining drums, the drums from there. What we will do is we're going to add again, take down the filter. We can also find other filters what we like. Amount. And then rate. So what we will do is we're going to mute the drums so that we can only hear the analog. And then we're going to use the envelope, work on the drums rhythm coming in. But the ones that I would automate is release. So are we want to have dun dun or dun dun, a little bit longer notes or shorter ones. So what I could do is just automate these like little spikes here to make it more interesting. Like that. And then I could automate the spin as well to add some interesting spin into it. So I'm being quite random with this. Being a bit random with it. Nothing wrong with that. Number 5 tip is using envelope follower. One of my favorite things ever. It's so cool. Let's use it on the same one that we just worked on. So on the audio effects under modulation, there's a thing called envelope follower. So let's go there, and it's a Max for Live device, so you need to have Suite or an Max for Live to be able to use it, or standard with the Max for Live. And what we can do is actually now go and change this to morph settings, and now we're gonna actually map this morph into the envelope follower. And now I can use these controls to adjust the envelope of this morph. And then we can control the rate of everything from here. And what you can always do is map more stuff in, like frequency, example, to get the auto filter really working. And it kind of grows, we get tension. Variation, there we go. Even just with auto filter. So now, when this track is done, it's kind of cool. I'm kind of enjoying it a lot. If I want to just now send it very fast and very easy to somebody like a collaborator, a label, I can do it now through instant mastering and through iMusician, which is super cool service. So I can export the track, I can log into my iMusician account and find instant mastering. So I can just upload the audio very fast here. So it uses IA technology to mimic the same technology that all the mastering engineers use there in their studios. So from EQ to compression and all these different mastering aspects, it does it for you in like 10 minutes. Like very cheap one-off payment. So it's not monthly payment, it's just one-off payment. There's also a different sound profile, so different genres. So if you go now, you can see all these different genres here. So trance, deep house, R&B, grime, dubstep, jazz, blues. There's so many things. So I don't know really what my song would have been here. It's kind of ambient, experimental. Yes, experimental, that definitely. And also there's a sound color. So do I want brightness, loudness, bass, warmth, mids, or stereo widening as example? So example, I would maybe want some loudness and mids and bass, definitely more bass, and I would love stereo widening as well. And generate preview. So what it does is that it generates a preview that allows me to preview how does the master sound before I want to decide to purchase it. So it takes only 5 to 10 minutes, so it's pretty fast. It's open 24/7, so you can get your masters done, you know, like if you make this track 3 a.m. one morning and you need to send it to somebody in the morning or straight away during the night, then you can totally do that. Wow. There we go. So when it's done, we can basically go back into the meditator. We can download it from the website. We can also publish it through iMusician to all the retailers, all the streaming services that are necessary for your genre. And iMusician is great, so check them out. Give them some love from the link down below. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and also remember to check out my merch, which you can find from the link down below. It looks a lot like this. Very cool, very stylish. And also I want to thank all my Patreons who are part of my Patreon family. Everybody's listed here. Thank you so much for supporting me and being here for me. You all support me so much and encourage me to continue making these videos, so thank you so much. But hey, let's see again next Sunday. Come again. I see you, you see me, and we're here on Sunday. Okay. Have a very lovely day. Happy auto filtering, and see you next week. Bye.